What do you mean
All
you
right,
couldn't?
Fucking
Yo.
technical difficulties.
Hey,
Pissing me off, dude.
but you got
Who's
it.
got 3? Let me just make sure.
Hey, I got 3. I have it, and it's working.
You're good.
Sorry, that was inappropriate.
My interface and or microphone may have taken a shit, so if I am in a shitty mood, that's why. Gino,
Fuck.
you brought up the turnstile thing in that
I did
brief
bring up turnstile
intermission where I
in
was
the
struggling with
intermission.
technology.
So, yeah, no, the turnstile. I didn't like Glow On. A lot of people like Glow On. I liked the album before it, but the new song, Glow On's the one with the pink album cover. A lot of people are like, "Oh, but the pop influencers are so good." It's not terrible, but it's like, and a lot of people are gonna smoke me. They're gonna be like, "This guy's a fucking dumbass. Do it. Tell me I'm dumb." I don't. The album before Glow On. Oh,
What tracks are off both albums for reference? Because I don't know Turnstile that well.
Glow On. I'm trying to think. What's the big one on Glow On?
Yo.
Not
Is yours
Yo.
working?
I believe it better be working.
Are you at the top?
Yeah,
Oh.
it's going.
That
Yeah.
shit's so small.
Are you trying to rage bait me, dude?
No, for real. It looked like it
No.
wasn't recording. See that whole
No,
part
it's
looks blank.
recording.
It's because I'm using the fucking quarter-inch cable
got a
instead of the
bitch voice,
XLR.
That's why.
That should be fucking working.
Did you hear me?
What'd you say?
I said it's because you got a bitch voice.
I'll fuck you up on
We
the
can
podcast.
fight on the podcast right now.
You want to do that?
No.
We could do that.
No.
Oh shit.
Pussy.
The
I have a
new
bad wrist
song
and I'm technically
sounds
disabled.
really
I'm
cool. I
immediately
can't
going
remember
for-
the songs.
for
I'm
that
a
wrist.
fake
I'm
ass.
immediately
I'm
going
gonna put
for
it on
one
my
of your
wiener.
guns.
Flame me.
Yo.
Yikes.
Yeah.
But yeah, but the new song, I'm a fake hater. It's not coming to me right now, so I'm gonna get flamed.
Birds, is that the one you're talking about? The one I
But-
showed you?
Yes. It sounds like a different song.
That's because it is a different song. Oh, I see what you're saying. It sounds similar to a
Yes.
different song.
Yes.
It does. It sounds like no doubts. See this this fucking microphone, dude.
Sounds like
It's
no
not
doubts.
No. It's the fucking. See, it's got me fucking
Whoa.
stuttering and
That's
shit.
probably what it is.
Um,
You fucking pulling the cable back and forth.
No. I think it's you
Maybe.
saying that
Yeah.
now that it's doing that, but
He's rage
you're the
baiting me.
problem. I think you caused. I'm sorry, that's fucked up. That's
You
me.
are the problem, Todd.
I
I'm
got
glad that was
not
acknowledged.
40 footer. It's like a 15 footer at home.
Boss man, you're not the problem.
Since you don't want to have
No,
the
we already
proper
said it. You
equipment for a
can't take it
fucking podcast.
Dude, this is a ragtag fucking situation. But
The
yes,
kingpin.
This is a fucking major operation compared to some people who.
whoa.
sure we got
like-
lighting. We did have an
Yeah.
upgrade that just took a shit on us. We got this little fucking.
We also, in this house, have about a collective of $4,000 worth of cameras.
We're gonna bleep that out.
And 10 grams of certain substances.
And we're recording on an iPhone.
Yeah.
And we have a mix of illegal substances in hefty quantities.
But
wish.
back to Turnstile ripping off No Doubt. Yeah, it sounds like hella good by No Doubt. At first, I wanted to defend it. I wanted it not to be true because I do like Turnstile. Not like
Yeah.
I like other bands, but they're good. Yeah, I think they fucking stole it
Fuck them guys.
because the chord progression. It's obviously a different key, but it's that. The drum beat is almost one for one. The the vocal flow and cadence is similar at least.
I think it is like it isn't on the money. So like
it's in the money.
It's pretty close. And like I had said beforehand, like I think a lot of pop music gets ripped off of, not because people are like maliciously going after pop artists, but just because I feel like pop as a medium or like as a genre is just so stripped down already that it's very easy to cling on to some, especially just because a lot of it is just like a catchy little thing that gets people, dancy and like singing and stuff, which is not bad, but it's just, it's easy to, got
to your
that.
point, like, have you seen these people do the videos of 4 chords, 40 songs, or it's usually iterations of that?
Yeah.
Where, yeah, there is a lot of the same 4-chord progression in pop, or but. And like you said, you can hear a lot of similar pop-sounding songs, but I feel like there's a difference between using the same chords and using the same chords and progression and cadence and drum beat, and I don't know. It's there's one thing to be inspired, but there's another thing to say I like that to the point where I'm going to do that.
It's
also.
mine. Well, I also just feel like that's important for music in general. Like, I think the example I like to bring up is Take Off Your Pants and Jacket by Blink-182. Because, you know, pop punk, it's, you know, it is very, like, not complex. But the songs aren't, like, they aren't the same. Like, none of them are really structured the same, but they all have that same tonality, and they're kind of in the same key. Like, the album is very cohesive, and I think cohesion is something that you can do implicitly or explicitly. In the case of Turnstile, I don't really think it's like cohesion. It's literally just like, it sounds like No Doubts, and it's like, yeah, that is like a 1-for-1. Yeah. But like when making an album and like as you're doing stuff, having a sound or like some kind of idea throughout your album is like kind of important. In regards to things that sound similar and making music that is 4 chords.
You're saying it's being inspired by like another album or project?
Yeah, sometimes. Like, I'm trying to think with that. You guys know Origami Angel at all? Feeling Not Found, newest album. Y'all should listen to it. It's really fucking good. It takes, I don't think it takes a lot, but it does a lot of similar things, not in complexity, but in tone, of Jimmy Eat World, Bleed American. You know, because Bleed American is just like pretty much as emo and indie as it gets. It is just raw. Right. They just said, fuck it, we're doing whatever we want. And that album, they like kind of spit, like, you know, lyrically wise, like they do some spitting, but like nothing crazy. Where Feeling Not Found kind of takes the energy and the I'm going to do what I want of Bleed American and be heavy. But then he's also spitting throughout the album. He's like talking shit on Spotify and saying that he's robbing him of his money and his hard work and his talent. We're all stuck on like the internet and doing a bunch of shit. And it's like, it's almost like these devices are made to purposefully isolate us, even though they're connecting us and all that shit. And it's like, yo.
So they built upon the idea essentially.
Spitting. Because their first, and a lot of, and it kind of sucks because their first album, everyone is like, that's their best album because it sounds like it has a vibe. What they're hearing is that cohesion because their first album is very cohesive and it's very, you know, I feel like that album sounds like you're at home, where Feeling Not Found sounds like a war is going on and they're like shooting people with guns that they purchased. You know what I mean?
Right. So, so you're saying you can tell they were inspired by that album, but not to the point where
ripping it off.
It's
exactly.
the same fucking album.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, same with our music, where like I feel like I kind of wear my influences on my sleeve, where it's a lot. It's very Nirvana-esque, Deftones-esque, like that '90s grunge.
Yeah.
Just fucking, how do I word it? I mean, we only have 2 demos out, but we got more shit coming out, so you guys see what I mean, I guess. But
shit,
kind of just letting the guitar sound like a fucking guitar, you know what I mean, and not like overproducing it, and not, which is another thing with modern music that I fucking hate. Is everyone says like, oh, let there be mistakes in music, and obviously try to play the fucking song right.
Yeah.
But let you sound like you. Like you don't need to overprocess the shit out of. You hit your strings. I mean, blatant example. Use your fingers. I use my fucking picks. So fingers. Like it's.
I finger.
But
people.
Even the difference between from how hard we press our fucking strings on our left hand to where we fret the note to. I'm sure even the shape of your fingers probably to a fucking extent
and
makes,
then picking
makes a difference.
How we're holding it.
Yeah, how you see it. So instead of sounding like a pre-programmed thing where either you record the guitar part, but then you put so many fucking corrections on it and so many fucking effects. Where I have a whole. I don't know if you can see that in the shot. I have pedal boards. I like effects, but fucking
said if you could see it, and I was like, oh, I'll show it off. Oh wait,
Fix that.
what's this chord? What's this one? Ah shit. I'm sorry, I fucked
you're
up.
good.
Your
I'm
thing.
enjoying
I
the.
fucked up your rig. No.
If
Wait,
the tone's fucked up on the next project,
but I
it's
know
your
what you're
fault.
saying. I know what you're saying. Yeah, no, cause like that's kind of I definitely agree, and it's definitely not tougher, but you know, I don't know how I do stuff is weird now, just because being in two bands and then having other people coming up to me and talking about music and stuff, more specifically wanting me to play, and I'm like, I want to, but also I'm in two bands, and that's already a fucking juggle. I don't know. It's weird because, and this is something I kind of noticed because I recently played a show. Shout out to the Citadel to hosting
Shouts outs.
with special guests. That's my other band. 'Cause like
Double shouts outs.
my guitarist in that band is a very like, you know, he's into the emo scene. He's into like the Home Is Where, the Arm's Length, Carly Cott, like, you know, that DIY scene that going on in like Philly and shit. With like, and he still
Triple
has the
shouts
grunge
outs.
influences, and I definitely like, you know, I like metal and I do like heavy stuff. I am a very jazzy, post-hardcore, mathy guy. So having that modern sound is important to me because a lot of what I consume has that. But what you're saying is really important. One of the bands that I listen to, they're from Arlington, Virginia. Shout out to Pulses with the period because they have a
Quadruple
period
shout
after
outs.
then. They do a phenomenal job at sounding like, you know, they sound modern and it sounds produced, but that's him. Like, and he's
Right.
playing that shit. And they're also just raw. They have a lot of like hip hop influences too, so they're doing a lot of like sampling and like sounds in the background. It's really fucking good. You should listen to it. You should listen to the album Bouquet. That shit's gas.
I put the microphone up to my mouth and nodded my head.
But I know what you're saying because I feel like there is a lot of music out there that just doesn't do a lot, right? Like,
There's like a very big lack of just genuinely good music. Like, you know, like me and my boy were having a conversation about this yesterday. When's the last time you listened to a song and it like really moved you? Like in
I
recent
cried
time,
this morning.
yeah, something
To-
like that, like something that
To
brought you
Sabrina
to tears,
Carpenter.
something that brought you back to a time when you were a kid. Like the most relatable artist in the past like few years that I could fucking think of. Honestly, I
That's a
really
good question.
like. I know a lot of people fuck with like X and Juice World, you know what I mean? But those are like teenagers.
I know I'm a fucking
To,
dick
like,
rider for
20-year-olds.
these guys, but idols, dude. And it's because
Nobody even knows them, bro.
fuck you, dude. They had the Joy as an Act of Resistance was one of the best performing albums of that year. But the reason I like them is because
I actually
they're
didn't even know who they were till I met you. Or
That's
till
true.
You told me about them.
Damn.
I psyoped them into liking idols. But
no, I
hey,
You're probably psyop.
they-
You're probably the guy behind their marketing. Like you're probably sitting there with fucking Idols fan accounts, having Kai Cenat fucking react to it and shit. That's probably you.
that's what we need. Yokai Snat, help us out. But fucking, he'll see this for sure. Dude.
I'm a DM it to him tonight.
Yeah, we'll just like I'll just, you know. But they they have that punky the sound of the music. Obviously, I like, but they talk a lot about. I mean, Joy as an act of resistance specifically. He goes from everything from one of his kids was stillborn, so the song June is about that. And
Oh, shit.
It's very clearly about something. If you pay
Hey,
attention more than 2
June.
seconds, that's fuck you. Fuck the Beatles and fuck you.
Facts. Fuck the Beatles. Right
but
there.
fucking,
Fuck the Beatles.
But they also
Damn.
talk a lot about like, which I hate this whole modern alpha male like bullshit grifter
Most Soy Boys don't.
pay a man. What'd you say? Fuck you. Why don't you go listen to Andrew Tate? You bald motherfucker.
damn. I think he
Not-
went to jail
You know,
recently.
I feel like it's the second time I've hated on bald people. I love bald people.
I was gonna just impulsively
Yeah.
scream "Free Andrew Tate" just,
Yo,
just,
that's
to,
crazy.
just to
beat
say it.
you with this microphone.
That's crazy.
I don't know what his charges are.
Wait, you
so-
said it
Human
twice?
fucking trafficking.
Oh shit! Word. When did you say bald the first time? I think.
Joe Rogan, because I didn't
Oh.
catch your joke, and I was like, it went right
Oh,
over
gotcha,
my bald
gotcha.
head. 'cause
He's
I
like a
was
chill
referencing
guy.
Joe
He has
Rogan.
this podcast. He's like, hey
Yeah,
guys.
it just got very repetitive. I feel like I
get
talked
you,
a
I
lot of
get
shit on my boy JRE, but he used to. It's just the fall from grace that gets me, man.
Man, get the fuck out of here. Joe Rogan's been holding shit down since like
Nah,
Dude,
I mean,
2015.
Ryder.
I
that
just,
motherfucker was going viral.
I was
He
gonna
had a
say.
podcast when it wasn't even called a podcast.
I-
True. That's
I was gonna say it's like I don't watch too much of him, and like the stuff I see
You seen
is
one, you
like
seen them all,
against
brother.
him. But like he's just like a
That's
guy.
bullshit.
Like he's chill. He's like, hey,
this
what's
alpha
up?
male over here defending.
No, it's honestly like the.
But
It
no,
starts with
he-
Andrew
he
Tate.
just,
It's
like,
it's a
segues
story.
He
Joe
does
Rogan.
kind of
loves
just
Joe
seem like a
Rogan.
guy that's like, yo, what's good? And it's like, I'm not gonna, fuck it, go off.
No, like. There's nothing I hate about him. It's just the fact that I feel like he's gotten, which to his credit, he's earned it. But it's
I get
every
what you're-
episode.
yeah.
How many
I get
more
what you're
people can
saying.
he have on this fucking podcast to satisfy?
There's a lot of
you?
people.
Maybe that's the thing. Maybe it's just
He
wrap
has-
it up, dude,
Shit.
or switch it up. I don't fucking
actually,
know.
Like,
Yeah.
who hasn't been on the
Okay.
Joe Rogan podcast?
That would be.
Like, who of the who's that would matter in that seat? Has Cat Williams been on there?
Me, no. I think he refuses to go on there.
Does he?
See, okay.
Joe Rogan's got 6
Kind
comedians that
of.
never been
No,
fun.
that is something I just kind of thought because
That was my Cat Williams.
kind of related to what we're talking about with like music that moves you. I think if Joe Rogan one day just decided to be like, I'm done, I'm throwing my towel, I'm throwing it, and just he not like wiped off of the any platforms, but just said, all right, I'm done. That I feel like would be like some real like people would be like, and then like it would be like the fucking.
Dave Chappelle,
Not to
you're
be
saying,
cringy,
kinda?
but like to be like One Piece trying to chase the fucking One Piece. Like he did it, we gotta get that. You know what I mean? Like if he like, I feel like that'd be some like event type. Like, all right, I'm done. All of y'all go nuts and be like,
Yeah, no, I'm.
That's
so-
when the apocalypse starts and everything.
like I feel like he would get bigger
he's
from
the
leaving.
he's the not the Antichrist, but the harbinger for
That'd
the
be
fucking.
cool though.
he has Trump and Elon Musk on the podcast.
Oh god.
Trump and Elon Musk randomly at the end of the podcast after Joe Rogan says that he's done, they turn into the devils like everybody says they're going
Four
to.
horsemen.
Yeah. That'd be crazy.
But no, so
No.
back to your meaningful music question. Idols, where they almost do the
Next
counter
question.
to that, where fuck you. Where I hate the idea with these like grifter because it's the idea of in order to be my own man and to be masculine, I'm going to pay this other dude to put me through this bullshit boot camp course and teach me how to be a
Yep.
man. Not only that, but also just their principles of like
Being a man.
apathy and not, I'm gonna sound like a fucking white knight feminist, but like objectify women and
See, but here's the thing though, because
Men get objectified.
no.
too.
that's true.
No,
But
no.
I'm not agreeing with the
That's low
objectification,
key
is what I'm saying.
spitting because I feel like if you talk about gender identity in general, if you're talking about masculinity, you have to bring up femininity because I think
Yeah, they're
I think they're
intertwined.
complementary.
Yeah,
like
doesn't
and-
exist without the other, literally.
I was well, not even that, but like I don't know. As like for me, growing up, it's just kind of like all right, you're gonna be strong, you're gonna be tough, you just gotta take shit, you just gotta do all that, and that's it, and just be, where's the part where like, all right, I'm physically tough and shit, but like
emotionally
when
weak
shit
as
goes
fuck.
down, here's my thing is I think dudes are like, I guess emotionally stronger in that sense. But I don't think it's a lot harder for dudes to like control that shit. And not
Yeah.
that that's a rip on
I've-
dudes. It's just something that like when
I've
you
never seen a woman punch a hole in drywall.
and that's what I'm saying though. Like I think when you like when a dude like
He's over
talks,
here like, am I?
I think when a dude like
I can't say names.
connects with women and
just
shit
thought
and
of
like
something.
really gets on their level of just understanding, I think that is something that as a dude is pretty masculine, is absorbing what there is to like know from the woman's perspective, just because
Well,
they have shit that like dudes don't, and that's not a bad thing. That is just like
well,
that's
for
like,
sure that
yeah.
too. But I don't think masculinity and femininity, you know what the fuck
are
I'm trying to-
intertwined, but like
femininity
I know what you're
are-
saying.
But even to the point of you could be the most masculine man, you still have some feminine fucking
Yeah,
qualities.
yes.
Which isn't a bad thing.
Yes.
If anything, it's probably fucking good to have a little bit of fucking balance.
I was gonna
like, if you know anything about fucking hormones and anabolics and that shit, bodybuilders take estrogen
Yeah.
because it's just
To
part of
repair.
the fucking to
Yeah.
build muscle. Because it's not just testosterone; it's a bunch of fucking.
Well,
shit.
yeah, estrogen repairs your shit. I'm pretty sure, and then testosterone is like it helps you build it faster.
I may be mistaken. Derek from More Plates, More Dates. Fucking shout out. Fact check me.
All this free promo.
Listen,
Free
bro.
promo.
One of
Fuck
them
these
is
rich
gonna see
people.
this shit and
They
shout
gotta
out
pay
the
us
pop.
for it. I'm about to blur out
then we'll
any
open the
fucking
page
brand
for the
logo
pod.
at this
Yeah,
point.
well,
But,
because like the example I always think too is like the one of the single mother, where it's like you have a woman that's like has kids and doing shit, but is manning up,
Providing,
kind
yeah,
of, and going out there and taking it, and
Well,
like that. No,
OnlyFans.
No. No, that's empowering.
That's really what it is now.
no, that's crazy,
Listen, dude. If shit, I like nice stuff. So if you're buying me like a guitar a month, I'll keep my mouth shut. I'll be
But
like,
but no,
I like
I
you could distract me.
definitely agree.
OnlyFans.
Like I think it is important. I mean, I think it is important that a woman, has her own shit going on and is in her own element, doing her own thing. Is like, bitch, I'm a fucking a she boss or a fucking CEO? I forget what the girl boss
CEO
thing
is fucking crazy.
Yeah,
I
like,
don't
I
think
don't
I've
know the
ever heard
terminology
that,
for
and
shit.
I
don't
wish I didn't
I don't
hear
know
that.
that
Pointing it
stuff.
now. HEO, dude.
like
EO.
I don't know, but like,
He, him, EO.
and I was gonna say
I
it's
was about to
harder.
say EIEIO.
Yeah, it's harder
That's
for me to
crazy.
like interpret it from that side, but like as a dude, it's like, I definitely want to be like the, if shit's going down, I got to be like the all
The
right,
protector,
I
the
will-
provider.
but also at the same time, like I need to like I feel like having a good woman to be vulnerable, to take a hit, I think is more manly
Well,
than
even-
trying to shield yourself with apathy and with
Yes,
hate,
for sure.
trying to be like, yeah, I'm tough. I don't need these. I'm grinding. No. I think that's less manly than saying I'm gonna open up. I'm gonna take a hit. Like I feel like that's
With that,
like,
and
damn.
then I would venture
You know
to
what I
say
mean?
there's strength, be it in the masculine or feminine sense, in being able to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
And like one thing I personally believe with emotion and where I'm Christian for the I don't really follow and fall under.
Faller,
I
I
was trying to
barely
say
even know
three
her.
different. My ADHD was flaring the fuck. I was trying to say follow and fall under.
I'm sorry, but I want to take a picture of you because you got an alfalfa.
Do I really?
Turn your head a little bit.
No.
Bro, straight alfalfa.
That's sick as fuck. I hope that's called. It's definitely gonna be called the pod.
Well, that's perfect. You look like a fucking.
Awesome.
I don't, this is just fucking wild. I don't know if you're a
Fucking,
podcaster or a predator.
Yo, come on.
Hey yo.
Don't be exposing
The
me like that.
fuck? Hey yo.
You said it, not me.
Nah.
Fucking.
Not while we're talking about women.
Oh wait, I gotta get
Hey,
off
we're
my
talking
phone.
about men too. Men are fucking.
It is Pride Month.
That's true. Do they?
Shout out Big
Predators don't
A.
count there, right?
What'd you say?
I said it's Pride Month.
This is so deep into the pod. He's not even gonna catch that. Not for years. Until we get big, and then someone goes back and looks at this, and they're like, "Big A's gay."
Big A is big. That's all I'm saying.
Come on, yo! Don't put my boy's name in that shit like that. That was wild.
That's what he gets
You
for
gotta
being
say
sick.
pause or
I'm
something.
sorry.
You gotta pause that one. Oh, he's gonna be fucking pissed when he sees
Hey,
that shit.
because he
Don't
was
worry,
saying,
bro. I got you. I
he
had to
was
clear your name up.
stopping me from saying. He was stopping me from spitting facts. So I got it.
You just said he was. Next question.
Back to but I think there's. You should. All right, that's what I was saying. So now I've kind of fallen under mostly Christian beliefs, but
Word.
within reason. I'm not fucking some extremist.
Like any other Christian, doesn't
Exactly.
really follow
Yeah, I'm a
it.
casual Christian.
When he wants
Word,
to.
word.
What do they call that? Selective hearing.
Yeah,
It's
pretty
like
much.
Your selective pilot ticket. Your selective.
Theism.
Yeah.
Theism.
But
Religi.
so there's a thing in Buddhism of like life is suffering and you should not be attached to anything. That's an oversimplification of it, but for the sake of brevity. So no attachment to emotions, no attachment to possessions, no attachment to that kind of thing. And there's benefits to that, to where, yeah, you know, if you're sad and you have this mindset of like, being sad is just a earthly feeling. I don't need to compute these emotions.
It's kind of my aesthetic.
Yeah, you're so brooding and dark and cool. But I think part of being human naturally is emotion. Like, there is no, as cheesy as it is, there is no fucking joy without sadness. There is no, so in these moments of being sad, it's like, all right, you could sit here and either block it out and fucking fight it and resist it. Yeah. Or you could be like, all right, I'm sad right now. That's fine. People get sad sometimes. Like, but next time this is kind of a reminder of like, you know, it's not always that bad. Right now it sucks, but things pass and things go on.
Facts.
But also, when, you know, it makes kind of the not so shitty moments better.
Yeah.
But when you block out everything, you know, you're not attached to any emotion, not attached to, which also goes to the point, if you're not emotionally attached to your own emotions, it's like, are you not emotionally attached to your friends, your people? Which I think that's one of the kind of points of life, is to build like,
it's kind of like the Gen Alpha thing going on, where like they don't have communication like in person or any socialization at all. That kind of like in their fucking world.
Communication is definitely a part of it, but like just the camaraderie or the friendship of, be it a relationship or a close friendship or fucking,
or like brothers or brotherhood. Because I think that's another thing with masculinity in general, is I think not a lot of dudes, but there are dudes that don't know how to do brotherhood properly. Like, they're like, it's like the crab bucket thing, where they're like seeing people do good and they're just like talking shit, and they're just like, fuck you, man. Or like they're not that Asian dude that Big A got help from for this car. Like, that Asian dude, shout out to that guy.
Shout out to the Asians.
He fucking fixed Big A's car battery. And, like, that's like, you know, he didn't have to do that at all. Why did he go out and fix this random ass fucking dude?
And I prayed.
Yeah, why did he fix
your hands
that
on
dude?
What, Todd?
It's because he's
the woman's
he's
call
a chiller.
battery.
He's a bro.
The woman's what?
You ever seen that where Kevin Gates said that he started the woman's battery died in her car, and he put his hands on it and he said he prayed and it started. You never seen that?
No, but I've seen where he said he would kiss Rihanna on her forehead.
I mean, consensually.
Kevin Gates is a funny. Yeah. It wasn't. I don't think he meant it without.
I don't know about him. I can't speak for that.
You get over there. Like, you know, you're fucking.
Or if Rihanna walked up to you right now and said, like, "Yo, kiss me on my forehead," like, would you?
I'm fucking doing it.
I mean, you'd probably fucking get on your knees, like, make sure her feet were clean and shit like that. Hold the door for her.
Yes. I would hold the door for her. Like, that's like a traditional gentleman. Is that like you said that like it's a bad thing?
I'm trying to hype you up, bro.
No.
I was about to be like, yo, bro, remember that time you let me borrow 40 grand?
Drifter. I need that back now. Actually, I do remember that. I need it.
And then you let me whip the Lambo around, bro. Oh yeah.
I would never buy that fucking piece of shit.
I fucking die.
I only buy American
we had
made.
Pacheco
Actually, I
roll by.
buy
He was
JDM.
Yo, he got his Tesla truck.
Oh shit.
I wasn't even done and he was already. Oh shit.
He got it wrapped.
He got it wrapped like right down the street from my job, and I was going home. I seen it. And I just remember seeing the rap. I was like, oh, shit, that's dope.
Word.
And then I go on Facebook, and that place was posted. It was like, yo, shout out to Pacheco for coming through and doing that. I was like, oh, wow, that's dope.
I only know him because my brother went to high school with him. So, like, that's how I know him. I do watch football, and he's really good. But, like, I don't know him, so I don't, say anything just because, like, he's probably a chiller. But
yeah, I never met bro, but shout out to him.
Shout out to him.
But,
just putting on for the county.
What were we talking about? Just the vulnerability, masculinity, all that shit. Yeah, I think that is that whole idea of, like you said, the lack of brotherhood, the lack. No, that's part of. That's how the pod goes, man.
Yikes.
That's just the way it is.
Things will never be the
Fuck,
same.
we gotta bleep that.
Nah, dude, we just fucking did a thing. We just had a moment.
We just had a ditty.
Nah, but like,
whoa! I just definitely screamed. Sorry if you had headphones on.
I cannot wait for bro to hear what the fuck you said about him.
What did you say?
Oh my
you
God.
motherfucker.
He
Am I
said
gonna have
he-
to bleep that?
He's he said he said so he said Big A is gay, and then he said Big A is big.
Whoa, hey. Dude,
That's how he said it. I was like, nah, bro, you can't do that.
I mean, congrats there, Artie. But and
no.
but anyway,
I'm actively removing the smut from
we're
your
gonna
name,
segue
bro.
from.
I'm gonna send you an invoice though, bitch. Don't think this shit's for free.
But yeah, I think that's bred by the whole being a man is being apathetic and not caring about not only other people's emotions but your own emotions.
Yeah.
And that's the other part of the the old school man idea of push it down, don't fucking acknowledge your emotions, don't tell your wife you love her, don't hug your kids, don't kiss a fucking baby. Well, don't kiss a baby if it's not your
Kick the baby.
Tell your wife
Kick
to
the
get
baby.
you 2 beers and
Definitely
tell your
don't kiss
kids to go to
babies
bed
that aren't
early.
yours. But because you ever seen that shit babies can get from, like, it's fucking scary.
Getting
like,
tattooed while they're pregnant.
Yeah, well, they come out with the same tattoo, dude. But fucking, no, if you could give your like babies a disease because they have, I'm all paranoid now because I got a.
Oh
I got
yeah,
a
bro.
niece,
I was scared to go around my friends' kids like in the beginning.
Yeah.
Like they were welcome because like I'm close with them, but I was just like, bro, I
when
can't
you-
give this kid fucking whatever dirty shit I'm getting from smoking weed.
Fucking, my niece is not even 2 weeks old, not even a week old probably, and I was holding her, and you don't realize how vulnerable these little bitches are, dude. I mean, like,
Them little bitches.
I love my niece, I swear.
She's gonna love seeing that in fucking 10 years.
But like, their heads are just they can't do anything. So
It's
Yeah.
scary. Like if you're conscious of yourself and know that you can. Like I drop shit all the time.
dude,
when
not
I'm
even
sober.
drop. Like I
Like, I
felt
don't
like her
wanna do
arm
that.
was like, or no, my arm, like her head was like kind of rolling down. My
Oh, yeah,
arm.
so
I'm
you're, like,
how? What's the point?
supporting her?
Yeah.
I could never have a kid, bro. No,
I
hell
want
no.
to eventually,
Hell
but
no.
it's fucking scary.
Have another one.
It's
in honor of me.
It's just rough nowadays because like, I mean, you gotta find your person, and that's fine.
That's the other part. Is finding
Financially
someone to
is
have
like-
a baby with.
Financially, it is
Yeah.
raw.
Right now, it's
Like, holy fuck. Like, because I had thought I was going to do it, like, relatively soon. I don't know. I want to, but it's
Right.
like,
Yeah,
I
my
get
plan
some
was to have
bitches
2 kids by
first.
30.
not even that, but at the same time, it's like, I want to have a kid, but I want to be able to, have them have a decent upbringing.
Yeah,
And it's like,
and be young enough to do stuff with them. And
that's what
fucking-
I'm saying. I wouldn't want to give up on having a kid, but like if I don't get into a point where I could, I wouldn't want to spawn someone and be like, all
That's-
right, I can't provide for you.
The
Like,
other
that's
struggle I have
fucked.
with that is, like, my whole thing, with life is where I want to pursue creative things, be it with tattooing, with music, with, I guess, like, the podcast could be a creative
Yeah.
thing. And I don't mind if I'm broke. Like, I know
Oh,
how to be
yeah.
broke. I grew up broke. I know how to fucking do it.
Yeah.
But I don't want to subject, A, a wife or a girlfriend to it, or B, my own children. Like, if it's at that point, and obviously the dream is to get the creative shit to the point where I am fucking, money's not,
Rolling.
I care about money to the point for,
Food and
shelter,
a
housing,
roof.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not someone who's like, I drive a fucking Corolla. If I make $1 million a year,
I was
I'm
gonna
still
s-
going to drive a fucking
I get
Corolla.
to point A to point B.
Maybe
Boom.
I'll upgrade to a Camry, if the family comes
Yeah.
in, need a little more room.
That's fair. That's
Um,
fair.
Or 4Runners are nice. Maybe I'll be a 4Runner guy.
Yep.
But fucking, I don't need, like
Like the race from Halo.
yeah, even the guitar, like my most expensive guitars, I believe they start capping out at like $1,000. That's a whole nother conversation, but this podcast is already almost an hour. And it is the Fairwell Mystery Hour. Like and subscribe if you made it this far. Shouts outs.
Fuck all y'all.
That
Leave
too.
a comment below talking about your
Respectfully.
favorite moments.
But yeah, like you want your family to be comfortable. Like
Yeah.
no, I don't believe in spoiling kids. Even if I do have a bunch of money, I'm not gonna be like, oh, you want that? I got you.
Yeah.
But if it's to the point where if your kid wants to get into guitar or your kid wants to do fucking karate
Art.
lessons or football or whatever the
Yeah.
fuck, and you're like, we can't do it. We're broke. It's football or
That's what I'm
fucking
saying. I don't
ramen
wanna-
noodles. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, I don't want it to come down to that, which is the other struggle with.
Yeah.
And
Having kids.
not if I, it's if I found someone who I was super happy with, and it was like my goal shifted from, all right, I want to make a life with this person, I wouldn't mind switching careers to something a little more stable and where I can have that. But fat fucking chance, brother.
We got time though. That's the other thing.
Yeah,
We got time.
30 is the new 20, dude. I hope. I fucking hope.
But speaking of time, we're all out of it.
That's the beautiful segue, Todd. Anybody have any closing notes?
Your mom.
I'll kill you.
I'm
Fuck
sorry.
all y'all twice.
That's boss man right there. That's king.
No, I'm not.
That's